Good morning. My name is Landon Kanazawa, and I'll be your chairperson for today's BCA Founders Day and Bishop's Memorial Service. Are there any new visitors or students and families here this morning? If so, welcome to our temple. Could those of you sitting near them help them find the proper pages for the sutras, gathas, and readings? Thank you. First, we'll have Sanbujo on page 24 in the Big Book, followed by Sutra chanting Juseige on page 23 in the Little Book or page 93 in the Big Book. The page numbers for the Sutra book will be displayed on the front screen and on your monitors at home, so please follow along. Please rise to sing the Gatha We Are One, which is the first song in the yellow handout, followed by the Golden Chain, which is located on page 2 in the little book or page 15 in the big book under Golden Chain 1.
Come gather round, hand in hand, listen to Amida's teaching. Listen with your heart, listen with your mind, to Amida Buddha's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu, singing Namo Amida Butsu. All of the world is bright, singing Namo Amida Butsu, we are one. Peace and harmony in Amida's land, peace and harmony within me. Put our hands together, bow our heads, thankful to Amida's Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, singing Namo Amida Butsu. All of the world is bright, singing Namo Amida Butsu, we are one. We are one.
The Golden Chain. I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Now we'll have a Dharma lesson by Mr. Akizuki.
Please join me in Gassho in reciting the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning. Thank you for joining us here this morning in the Hondo, and thank you to those of you who are watching us on YouTube. So we have the first slide here. Second slide. Okay. Today we're observing the Founders' Day and Bishop's Memorial Service. So let me explain who are the founders we're talking about. Anybody have an idea? No one has an idea? Okay. Well, we could be talking about, next slide. We could mean the Buddha who lived 2,600 years ago in northern India, Shakyamuni Buddha. Born Siddhartha Gautama, because of his enlightenment and decision to share his teaching with other people, Buddhism began. But there are other founders that we're here to talk about today. We could also talk about one of the people who is pictured on the Onaijin, Shinran Shonin. So his picture is where? Painting, rather. To the right. That one right there. So Shinran is the founder of our type of Buddhism. Jodo Shinshu began 801 years ago. Jodo Shinshu is the largest type of Buddhism in Japan, with more than 10,000 temples and more than 33,000 ministers and millions of followers. But there are other founders that we're here to recognize today. Next slide. So this is BCA Founders Day, right? So when did the BCA start? The BCA started actually September 1st, 1899. And actually, there are two people who came. The two people kind of like your founders, but there are two ministers from Japan. Next slide. Kind of difficult to see. This is a very old photo. It's of the very first two Jodo Shinshu ministers assigned to the mainland United States. There's an article actually in the San Francisco Chronicle and a photo of them. So their names are Reverend Shue Sonoda and Reverend Kakuryo Nishijima. Anybody's heard of them before? A couple people. Reverend Jones and Mr. Nishimura. Anybody else? You heard of them? Oh, are you read? Met? Okay, good. So their arrival is considered the day the Buddhist Churches of America was founded, although it wasn't called Buddhist Churches of America to begin with. It was called the Jodo Shinshu Buddhist Mission of North America. So they were sent by the religious head of our type of Buddhism, descendant of Shinran. So imagine you're in Japan and your boss comes up to you and said, "We're going to send you to the United States." And you say, "Where's that?" Well, that's about 5,100 miles away, and you have to get there by boat, by ship. And it's going to take you 3 years to get there. And they speak a different language, and they have different customs, and they have different food. But you're going there. So imagine, these are two ministers, and this is kind of what they had to deal with, right? Their assignment. Their assignment is to go to a foreign country, and that's what they did. So they left their families and their friends, and they came here to they conducted services, funerals, memorials, but more importantly, they kind of started Jodo Shinshu in the United States, right? They spread Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, the way of gratitude. So we're here to kind of recognize all of the founders, including the two of them, and recognize their efforts to spread Buddhist teachings starting in 1899. And they're kind of the reason why we're here in 2025. So 3 years after they arrived, this temple was founded. Do any of you have relatives or friends from the Buddhist Church of Sacramento, Buddhist Church of Oakland, Fresno Buddhist Church? Some people, right? So Reverend Nishijima, one of those two ministers who came from Japan, the first ministers, he helped start the Sacramento and Oakland temples. He organized a Young Men's Buddhist Association in Fresno that later developed into the Fresno Temple. In 1920, he dedicated a new temple in Fresno after one was destroyed by a fire. We're also observing Bishop's Memorial Service. Anybody know what the bishop is in our? What the bishop is? Somebody say something. So the bishop is the religious head of the Buddhist Churches of America, and religious head of all of the temples and other organizations here in the mainland United States. That's 58 temples and some other sanghas. So the bishop actually is elected by the members. Like there's a national council, so it is elected by the ministers and also the lay leaders of the Buddhist Churches of America. So there have been a number of bishops over the 126 years of the BCA. Reverend Sonoda actually was the first director of the Jodo Shinshu Buddhist Mission of North America, which I said would later become BCA. The Japanese name for director is Kantoku. In 1918, the title was changed from Kantoku to Socho, which we translate as bishop. So Reverend Sonoda actually kind of was the first bishop, but by a different name. So there have been 15 ministers who've served as Kantoku or Socho. There are another 4 as acting bishop. So I think the memorial that we are here today to participate in honors all of them regardless of their official title. So the last slide. So many of you hadn't heard of Reverend Sonoda or Nishijima, or might not know any of the names of any of the bishops. They're all trailblazers, and because of their hard work and dedication, we're here. And the reason why Buddhist churches of America flourished and why there's so many temples, this slide shows three of the bishops who have passed away. Far left is Reverend Kenyu Suji. He passed away, I think, in the early 2000s. And the next two also passed away just within the last couple years. Reverend Hakubun Watanabe, Reverend Seigen Yamaoka, and Yamaoka Sensei is shown with the current bishop, Marvin Harada. So those are three of the 19 people who were either bishop, director, or acting bishop. And so we're here again because of all of the founders, and the founders of this temple, and founders of all of the temples, right? So we wouldn't be here without their work and their efforts. And I think the reason why we have Founders Day and Bishop's Memorial Service is to remember them and to express our gratitude for all that they did to develop the temples. And the reason why we're here today is because of their efforts. So in gratitude to those founders and to those bishops, please join me in Gassho in reciting the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Akizuki. Please rise to sing the Gatha Sayonara on page 103 in the Little Service Book, followed by the Promise located on page 5 in the Little Book or page 15 in the Big Book. The Promise. We thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom. We will endeavor to walk in his noble path every day of our lives. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you to Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Jones, Mr. Akizuki, Organist Mrs. Jones, and AV Coordinator Mr. Endo. Are there any announcements?
While they're coming up, I wanted to announce once again that on October the 26th from 11:30 in the multipurpose room, so following services, there will be a workshop on how to prevent gun violence. And it's been a topic for a long time, but hopefully we'll be able to get some new information, new perspectives, new ideas of how we might be able to address gun violence. So that'll be on October 26th, a couple of weeks, 11:30 in the multipurpose room following our service here in the Hondo.
As mentioned last Sunday, Rinban Sakamoto's retirement party on Saturday, November 1st, well, we're at capacity and we can no longer accept any new reservations or RSVPs. So if you haven't signed up, sorry, but what we're going to do is starting next week, we will have scrapbook pages at the back of the temple. So if you come early, you can go ahead and sign a short message and your name. We ask that you put your first and last names on it. So that will be available, not next Sunday, the Sunday after, Sundays following that we'll have the pages back there. And then there's also calendars of the photos that Sensei has taken over the years, and you could reserve those in the office. They will also be available at the event too. Thank you.
Morning. So November is going to be a busy month, starting with Rinban's retirement on the 1st. 2 weeks later, there are two events. On the Saturday, the 15th, is the third, I think it's the third, curry cook-off. So the curry cook-off is taking place in the gym on the 15th. So you can sign up. Information is in the Dharma newsletter. So I forget when the deadline date is, but they're looking for people not just to sign up, but if anybody wants to volunteer to be a cook. We're trying to get about 8 teams to sign up for that. So please do that. And then I have an announcement from Reiko. Let's see. And then the next day on the 16th, November 16th, the BCA is sponsoring, as part of the 125th celebration, Grateful Crane Ensemble will be here performing. And so if you've never seen them, they're an amazing performance group. They've done a couple things over the years. So there will be flyers in the Dharma for this. This is their only Coast District appearance. And the title, if I remember correctly, oh, I can't find the title. It was Grateful something? I don't know. So anyway, so if you can, if you're interested in that, that also will be in a flyer. Thank you.
Good morning, May Kawamoto, Dharma School Superintendent and 4th grade teacher. Just a reminder, next week, there's no Dharma School here, but it's the Nembutsu Family Conference in Salinas. I hope you all received the registration form. And then this past week, I sent out a carpool sign-up in case you wanted to carpool down there. It's about an hour drive, I think. So try to show up. It's in place of your Dharma School here. So there will be Dharma School there and food. So please join us next week. Thanks.
Hello, just an announcement for Reverend Kenji Akahoshi's class, which is on the Wednesdays coming up. So it's actually hybrid, and it's also in the conference boardroom upstairs. So it's at 7 o'clock, and information is in the Dharma. And then the junior choir, I might be a little late because there's the teachers meeting today, right? Yes. Thank you.
Good morning. A couple of things. So on this Tuesday, October 14th, we're going to have our third installment of Living Shin Buddhist Life in a Period of Risk and Uncertainty. So there's still signups available on the 2 racks outside. You'll see a flyer with a QR code. So again, that can be in person in the boardroom or via Zoom. If you're a regular member of our Dharma study class, it's not the typical Zoom link. That's a special Zoom link, so we'll use that. So please sign up today if possible so that I can send out notices tomorrow for the link. Another thing is we've asked for new minister's assistants, and starting this morning we have 2 actually. Amy's not here right now, but Amy and Matthew have joined us as minister's assistants. In fact, Matthew attended his first minister assistants training up in Berkeley just this last week. So we're very happy to have them here helping us. It'll be a great relief for the things that we have to do. If you're interested in finding out more or understanding what the requirements are and the duties are, please see me or Rinban, and we can fill you in on that. But again, thank you and welcome, Matthew.
Before everybody leaves the temple, please trade in all the books for the next service. Those of you who are interested are welcome to attend the adult English service following this service. For your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending today's service.
Kansho, please. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Thank you, everyone. Please come forward for shoko. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Karen Akimoto. I'm chairperson for service this morning. So I'd like to welcome you to our late Bishop's Memorial and BCA Founding Day service. So before we begin the service, a reminder that please turn off or put your cell phones on silent, and also no food or drinks in the hondo. Okay, so we'll begin service with Sanbujo on page 24 in the large service book, followed by Juseige on page 23 in the small Dharma school service book, or 93 in the big purple service book. The page numbers for the sutras will be displayed on the screen and on your monitors at home. So please follow along. Thank you. Okay, please rise now to sing the Gatha, We Are One. It's the first song in the yellow handout, and then remain standing for the three treasures on page 3 in the small Dharma School service book.
Come gather round, hand in hand, listen to Amida's teaching. Listen with your heart, listen with your mind to Amida Buddha's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu, singing Namo Amida Butsu. Peace and harmony, Amida's land. Peace and harmony within me. Put our hands together, bow our heads, thankful to Amida's Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, singing Namo Amida Butsu. All the world is bright, singing Namo Amida Butsu. We are one. We are one. The three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves our supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of thy doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in your life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Please be seated.
Now we'll have a Dharma message by Rinban Sakamoto.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to those of you gathered here in the Hondo and to those who have will be able to hear this on the internet. Today is BCA Founding Day and Bishop's Memorial Service. The founding day of Buddhist Churches of America is September 1st, 1899. It was when a time when ministers were sent from Japan to serve the members here. And at that time, there was, of course, no Buddhist Churches of America. The organization that was initially founded was called Beikoku Hokubei something, North American Mission. So that organization eventually became the Buddhist Churches of America. And I understand that the name Buddhist Churches of America was decided upon while in camp. It wasn't something that, it was really something, all of these different Buddhist organizations were in the camps together, in the internment camps together, and they wanted to form an organization. And eventually when everyone was able to leave the camps, the different religious tradition, Buddhist traditions, formed their own organization. And so the North American Jodo Shinshu Mission was able to, was left with the name Buddhist Churches of America. But since that time, there's been a lot of things that have gone on. We've, as a Buddhist Churches of America, together we've passed through a lot of things. And then internment certainly, but also prejudices, hardships, having to start over again. And in all of that, there have been leaders who have guided us individually and as an organization. And today is Bishop's Memorial Day, and there are, I've served under many bishops now. Bishop Imamura was the first bishop that I served with. I wasn't a minister at the time, but he was the Bishop of Hawaii while I was in school and working with his son Ryo Imamura at the Buddhist Study Center in Hawaii. So Bishop Imamura was the first bishop that I worked with. There's a statue in front of the Honpo Hongaji Mission of Hawaii that has a bust of Emmyo Imamura. So Emmyo Imamura was Kamo Imamura's father. And the reason he's so important in Hawaii's history is that Emmyo Imamura was involved with bringing island-wide or statewide strike settlement. There are many members of the Honganji who worked in the fields, sugarcane and pineapple fields, but it was primarily, I think, the sugarcane workers that were involved in this strike. And eventually, Emmyo Imamura became a mediator between the plantations and the strikers. And as a result of that, in some part, as a result of that, the plantation companies were so grateful to Imamura Sensei that they set aside a property for temples to be built. So there are several of these temples in Hawaii that are actually founded as a result of the work that Emmyo Imamura did. And it was a pretty widespread strike, but it was Imamura Sensei in the 1920s working to resolve this dispute that had occurred between the workers and the plantations. Well, there's a bust of Imamura Sensei in the front of the Honpo Hongaji Mission Hawaii. And so Emmyo Imamura's son, Kamo Imamura, became bishop, and he was actually asked to come to Hawaii to serve as bishop. He was, I think, at the Berkeley Buddhist Temple, and if you know the history of the Berkeley Buddhist Temple, that's important because it is a site in which a lot of new ideas were beginning to come out of the Berkeley Temple. And it was a lot, Reverend Imamura and his wife, Jane Imamura, were the ones who kind of cultivated this idea of really reaching out to community, really reaching out to people, new thinkers at that time. So the phrase Dharma bombs kind of originates with the people who gathered at the Berkeley Buddhist Temple while Imamura Sensei was there. So Gary Snyder, I don't know, there was a bunch of names, but Gary Snyder is one that I remember, this poet and writer who became a very important part of American literature, but began there in Berkeley while Imamura Sensei and his wife Jane were the head minister and the Jushoku and the wife of the Jushoku there in Berkeley. And when Hawaii Kyodan was seeking a new bishop for the Hawaii Kyodan, they asked if Imamura Sensei would come to Hawaii, where he served for several years. And while I was still in college, Imamura Sensei became the bishop of Hawaii. But when I decided that I would enter the ministry, this was late in my studies at college, and having completed my studies, I went on to Tokudo. But before going to Tokudo, I asked Imamura Sensei if he would do a homyo for me. So when you are ordained, you receive a Dharma name, homyo. We usually associate the presentation of homyo most often with funerals. So at the time somebody dies, a name is presented. But more recently, we know that the homyo is also presented at special services, like when we conducted our Kieshiki service here earlier this year. Dharma names were presented to many people. But I asked Imamura Sensei, Kamo Imamura, if he could decide on a name for me. And I went to study, to go through ordination in Japan, and he sent the homyo that he decided on to Kyoto, where it was presented at my initial ordination, this Tokudo ordination. And the name that he gave, some of you may remember, the name that he gave, he asked the Honganji to present to me at the time of my ordination was Kango. Kango. And when I heard Kango, I thought, oh, that's not a real, doesn't sound really impressive at all. Kango, it kind of sounds, yeah, I wasn't really happy with the name Kango, but happy that Imamura Sensei took the time and to make this available to me and was presented at the time of my ordination. But like many things that are important in my life, I don't realize the importance of it until years later. Just kind of slowed that way. But Imamura Sensei, when he decided to have this homyo presented, he chose two characters, kan and go. So most homyos are made up of two characters. All of our homyos in Jodo Shinshu are made up of two characters. So mine is Kango. Go is a variant of Satori, Satoru. And my Japanese name is Satoshi. So he, rather than use Satoshi, he chose a variant of that. And the variant is pronounced Go. And the first character is from his name. His Buddhist name is Kammo Imamura. And so he used the first character of his homyo with my variant of my name that was given to me by my parents. And so Kango is this connection between Imamura Sensei and his homyo and my family and the name that was given to me by my parents. His son's name, everybody knew him as Mike while we were growing up. He took on the name Ryo later on, which was a Japanese name that was given. And his Buddhist name is Kanryo. So and Ryo and I were close friends for many years. And his first character in his homyo is Kan, the same Kan that is from his father, and the same Kan that his father used in my homyo. So as I began to understand this, I had a deeper appreciation for this name, Kanryo, my Kango, that I received from Imamura Sensei. Having gone through Tokudo and Kyoshi, I returned to Hawaii. And by that time, there was a transition of a bishop from Imamura Sensei to Fujitani Sensei, who was, I think, the assistant bishop at that time, and eventually became the Bishop of Hawaii, Kyodan. But beginning my career as a minister, I often went to Fujitani Sensei for his advice. And one of the first funeral services that I conducted when I returned from Japan was a service for a close family friend's daughter who had passed away. And the daughter was born with many issues, and so it wasn't expected that she would live very long. But when she passed away, of course, it was It was something that we grieved about. And this friend was my judo sensei, and the family was very close to our family, and so he asked if I would conduct this service for them. And it was my first service, and he was a close family friend, a very emotional time. And I really didn't know what to say, what I would be able to say to this family, who's a close family friend, who had experienced this great, this tragedy in their life. What I might be able to say, I had no idea, didn't have a clue. So I went to Fujitani Sensei and asked, what should I talk about? What can I say to a family who has just gone through such a traumatic experience? And so he gave me some ideas that we could talk about. But one of the things that I remember clearly, he said there was something that Shakyamuni Buddha said. And Shakyamuni Buddha was asked about how long people live, why do people live, some live long, some live short. And what Shakyamuni Buddha did was he poured some water on the ground, and the water pooled at first and then began to have these little streamlets that kind of flowed from this pool of water. And some went a great distance, others went a short distance and petered out. And Shakyamuni Buddha's point was that although we come from the same source of life, some of us will have long lives, some of us, our lives will be short, but the value of the life, the importance of the life is the same. It doesn't matter short or long. And it's not a matter of how much we learn from them or appreciate it. The life itself is valuable. And I remember this kind of instructions that I received from Fujitani Sensei all these many years later. And when I served the Hawaii Kyodan under Imamura Sensei, Fujitani Sensei, and then eventually I came to the mainland. I guess, okay, so I came to the mainland and began wandering around for a while. And when Tsuji Sensei learned that I was in the San Francisco, Oakland area, he called me into his office. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, kind of wandering around." And Tsuji Sensei said, "What are your plans?" I said, "Well, I have a friend who is growing in Australia. He has thousands of acres of sorghum. So I was thinking of going maybe to Australia and helping him on that farm. And so I was going to go to Davis for a little while, learn about agriculture, and then go join him down in Australia. But I wasn't sure yet of what I wanted to do. So she said, "Okay, why don't you go to the Oakland Buddhist temple while I try to figure things out?" And so I said, "Okay." So I went to the Oakland Buddhist temple, and I was there as a part-time minister. Who knows what I might have been growing sorghum. Maybe I could build a building across the street. But there was a turn in a continuation of what I had started. I didn't take any side trips. So I went to Oakland, served as a part-time minister. Kathy and I were married there, and then we moved to the Northwest, where we stayed for 7 years. After about 7 years, maybe it was earlier, it was before that, because we stayed for a little while. And so I got a call from Bishop Yamaoka. And Bishop Yamaoka said, "We need you to transfer. We'd like you," and by this time it's Bishop Yamaoka, right? So we've gone through Tsuji Sensei, And I think Yamaoka Sensei follows Tsuji Sensei. But Yamaoka Sensei said, we need you to come down, go to Sacramento. And so we said, Sensei, thank you very much, but we've only been here for a little while, and we're just getting to know the members and really kind of feeling closer to them. And so we'd like to stay for a little longer. And so Yamaoka Sensei said, okay, you can stay for a while and continue to work at the White River Buddhist Temple. And then a few years later, Yamaoka Sensei called again and said, we need you to come. We need you to transfer to San Jose. And I said, we're just getting to know the members. And White River was a very small temple. I think it had about 80 members, 125 members, about 80 families. So relatively small and difficulty, kind of maintaining a full-time minister. But Yamaoka Sensei called again, and he said, we need you to transfer. We need you to come down to San Jose, because at that time, Inoue Sensei was the only minister here at the San Jose, at the Betsuin. Nakasone had left, Yanagihara had left. I think Obiko had left a while before that. But Inoue Sensei was the only minister here at the time. And so Yamaoka Sensei said, please come down. I said, well, again, we're getting to know them. He said, no, I'm not going to accept that. That was good last time, but not this time. And then he said, they have computers there. I said, what? It piqued my interest. So he knew enough about my interests that he said, there's computers in San Jose. And that wasn't the only thing, of course, that brought me to San Jose. But it was a decision that eventually we accepted, and we came to San Jose. What was interesting being in San Jose the first year or so was there was something very familiar with San Jose and the White River Buddhist Temple. And Kathy kind of realized this, and she said, it's probably because, like White River, San Jose is based in agriculture. We had just kind of started getting out of that agricultural phase. There were still farms in the area, still members who were farmers. Silicon Valley was no Silicon Valley yet. The startups were happening. Apple was happening. There wasn't Google yet, and so there was this agricultural base that felt very comfortable, felt very familiar. And so Yamaoka Sensei had us transfer here. So there was Bishop Imamura, Bishop Fujitani, Bishop Tsuji, Bishop Yamaoka, and now Bishop Harada will kind of negotiate my exit out the door. So there are many bishops that I have served under, and most of these bishops have had some influence in my life, and so I'm grateful. Of these bishops that I mentioned today, Imamura, Fujitani, Tsuji, Yamaoka, all have passed away. They've all died. Other bishops that I've served under have also passed away, like Watanabe Sensei. But there are bishops who continue to be part of, active part of the Honganji. People like Ogui Sensei, Umezu Sensei, and then Harada Sensei. All individuals who, over the years have provided guidance for me, who have helped in what I do, and I am truly grateful for their guidance. today as we participate in this Founding Day and Bishop's Memorial, I think about these things. I think about these individuals who have dedicated their lives, not just to the ministry, but as a bishop, they take on responsibilities far greater than any single minister. They are responsible for the well-being of all our ministers that are in the BCA. And that responsibility, is a little bit like herding cats, because the ministers are kind of all interested in different things, and they go in different directions, and it is a tie hen. It's a big responsibility and a big effort to maintain all of these interests, be able to contribute from that position to provide the leadership of our organization. But I can say that for myself, I've benefited a great deal through the association with individuals who have chosen this responsibility of being a bishop for the Buddhist Churches of America. So as we participate in this Founding Day and a Bishop's Memorial Service, there are individuals who have served this bishop, in particular, that I am grateful for having had the opportunity to share time with them, and grateful for their work in sharing the Dharma, providing the opportunity for us to benefit from the teachings of the Buddha. So as we participate in this Bishop's Memorial Service and Founding Day, I'm grateful to their work. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Rinban, for sharing history of BCA, Buddhist Churches of Hawaii, and your interactions and experiences with bishops. Thank you. Okay, would you please rise now for Gatha Ondokusan II? It's on page 76 in the small Dharma School service book.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Please be seated.
Okay, any announcements?
While people are coming up, again, just a reminder of the workshop, Gun Violence Prevention Seminar on October the 26th, right after service, over in the multipurpose room. Panelists will be Raul Perales, who was a district representative for us, and Moms Demand Action representatives from this group will come to share their ideas and what we might be able to do to help reduce the violence that's taking place in the world around us. And a reminder of next week is Coast District's annual Nembutsu Family Conference will be held at the Salinas Buddhist Temple. So there will be no services here. Both Dharma School and the adult 1010 service will be canceled, so no services here. If you show up, that's okay. You can do gasho and then, oh, nobody's here, and then go home. But go home and watch a video of one of our services. But no services next week because of the Coast District Nembutsu Family Conference.
Yes, in reference, there is the next, on the 18th, there is the No Kings Rally. If you wish, I believe, I may be wrong, but there might be transportation available from here to St. James Park. They'll be from noon to approximately 2 o'clock. Also, Reverend Kenji, there will be a contemporary Buddhist class on issues on the 22nd, I believe the 29th, and the 3rd of November at 7 p.m. at the boardroom and the office. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Jeannie Nakano. I'm here talking about refreshments. Today, we have a group of BWA women providing refreshments for all of you. Now, a couple of them are in their 90s. A couple of others are close to being 90. So we have some very capable people here at the Betsuin, but we need to have the help of many different people and men. Refreshments are not just being presented or shared by women, it can be shared by men. So I do have a sign-up sheet for November and December. So if you want to sign up as a little team of people, that's fine. If you show up, sign up individually, we'll put you with a team and there'll be a lead person. So you will not have a problem if you're going to be brand new helping us. I wanted to just say that in the morning when we arrive, the multipurpose room is empty. No tables, no chairs. But like today, we were not capable of putting out those tables. You can imagine why. We're all women. And so if you happen to come early for service and you see that the door is open to the annex and you can help because you're strong, please step in, put out some tables and chairs for us. Today you'll see the room empty. And so when you come to refreshments, if you want to just go over, if you're strong and able to help us put out those tables and chairs. So it's a team. It takes a lot of us to put refreshments together. I know that we see some of you on a regular basis. How many of you have been really enjoying refreshments after service? All right, hands have gone up. I think some of you are regulars in joining us. There are some of you here today that I've never seen you at refreshments, but I do look forward to seeing some new faces this morning. It follows this service. You go down the steps, through the garden, into the back of the annex, okay? I'll see you then. Thank you. And I'll have the sign-up sheet on the table so you can sign up. Thank you.
Good morning. As mentioned last week, the party for Rinban Sakamoto's retirement on Saturday, November 1st, we are at capacity, so we can no longer accept any new reservations or RSVPs. We will have, not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that, we'll have scrapbook pages at the back of the room, so for those of you who are not able to attend, can go ahead and write a little message and sign your name. We will also have these scrapbook pages available at the party itself, so hope to see you then. And also, there is a calendar for sale of Rinban Sakamoto's photos he's taken over the years, and you can reserve those in the office. Thank you.
Morning, a couple things. For those of you who signed up for next Saturday's Kato Kai event, this is a reminder that you signed up for it, and please show up to attend. It's at 4 to 7 o'clock on Saturday in the gym here. We have a lot, hopefully fun things planned for you, so please be there. A couple weeks from today, of course, is Rinban's retirement. For those of you who've signed up, yeah, don't forget to show for that one too. As Phyllis has mentioned, we're sold out is another phrase we can use. We're at capacity. Rinban wants this to be kind of an informal event, so please come by. You'll probably see some people you haven't seen in a while from various parts of the community. So in Rinban's words, just come by, talk story, and have a good time. But the main thing I have to mention today is November 15th. So about 4 weeks from today, we're having our, I think, third annual curry cook-off. So the curry cook-off is taking place in our gym. And so sign-ups will be, there should be a flyer in the Dharma newsletter, or a QR code might be attached to it. So please sign up for that. And we're also looking for cooks. So I don't know if somebody asked me, who was that? Anyway, so if you wish to be one of the teams, we're looking for 8 teams of cooks to compete in that event. Cash prizes if you win, actually. Rinban competed in our first one a couple years ago, and he took 3rd place. So he did real well. I competed last year, and I didn't place, so I didn't do that well. But we'll forget about that. Last thing is roughly the next day, actually, on November 16th, is the BCA is part of their 125th anniversary celebration, are going to have a show here put on by the Grateful Crane Ensemble. So if you ever have seen the Grateful Crane, they're I don't know how to describe them, but they're a musical a cappella type group that has a message in their music. So this one is titled Living Gratitude. It's a musical journey of 125 years of BCA history through captivating storytelling and the singing of favorite Japanese, American, and Buddhist songs. There are flyers in the back. Again, this is occurring on Sunday, November 16th, 1 o'clock performance. The tickets are $25, or if you're 18 and under, it's free. There's also, if you wish to come an hour earlier and have bento, the bentos are being sold for $25. That's basically the cost of the bento, so it's not like we're making any money off the bentos or anything. So again, there are flyers in the back if you wish to sign up for this. All right, thank you.
So good morning. 3 things. One is there is a Japanese language service following this service, so Reverend Mikame has sent us a recording for us to play for you, so stay for that if you would like. Also, on this Tuesday, October 14th, we will have our 3rd installment of our Living Shin Buddhist Life in a Period of Uncertainty and Risk. So if you'd like to join us for that, there are flyers on the 2 stands outside. With QR codes, you can register either to participate in person here in the boardroom or on Zoom. For the regular members of the Dharma study class, it's a different Zoom link than what we usually use, so you need to sign up so I know to send you that. So that's this Tuesday, October 14th at 7 p.m., either in the boardroom or online. And the last thing is, you may notice that we have a new MA Minister Assistant joining us today, Matthew Rowland, who many of you know, has started. Also, Amy Furukawa was here helping us earlier. But we have 2 new minister's assistants helping us, which is really good for those of us who are here every Sunday trying to get all this stuff done, so we really appreciate it. Matthew has even attended his first ministerial assistance training program up in Berkeley these last 3 days, so really appreciate the commitment there. And so please welcome Matthew as a new MA.
Okay, I want to thank everyone here and at home who joined us for service today. Thank you to Rinban Sakamoto, to Reverend Jones, Dennis Akizuki, our new MA Matthew Rollins, organist Elaine Jones, and AV coordinator Paul Endo. Please stand now, or no, we won't stand, but please join us for a closing Gassho and come for incense offering. And after that, please be sure to join for refreshments. Thank you.
Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you, everyone. broadcast. So we'll have it here. Good morning. Thank you.
Do you need me to ring the bell?
No.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi, I read your article, I like that. Talking past somebody. Talking to you, maybe that part. Yeah. I think we should have like.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured.
That's why you have talking sticks. So you have a talking stick. You're speaking.
Oh, well.
Nobody else
You have to swim, you just swim. Yeah, it's amazing what they make you do, right? Yeah, it's happened to me. I gotta do what? What do you mean I gotta talk?
Oh, yeah, good morning.
Good morning. They could have sent you a replay of the cultural.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's good that you're here.
I didn't know.
Oh, you have?
I was in Japan at the time George got married. It's a famous land. So we went to George's wedding and. Go ahead. Thanks for yesterday. That was great. You settled down finally. How was your chicken? Did you enjoy that? Yes.
My wife has an allergic reaction to
Yeah, so I knew George. From
wife.
Yeah.
You feel free?
I'm trying to email it because.
Yeah, my wife's arm is all hot and red from the pneumonia.
Yeah, so. Look at where they are.
It's up north.
Yeah, I got the flu and COVID 90.
I have them online.
I haven't been the same arm. It wasn't bad at all. I haven't reacted to the COVID
Thank you so
shot.
much.
Flu shot I get it.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you.
I had email with pericarditis after I got one of the boosters, but they said it wasn't related.
Oh. Well, who knows? Nobody knows.
Well, the research was that there's 0.5% chance of it in young boys. So
Oh.
15 to 18 age group, 15 to 20. Then it's a chance of coming down with pericarditis or something like that.
It's 1 in 200.
And going,
But you're not 18 or 20.
one of those problems.
Gerald, so you come up
So did you want Hiroshima music as well?
and we step in with our left foot
Or not?
and bow,
I can put whatever you want.
take a pinch of incense. This is incense as well.
I mean, I'll work on that
Drop it
eventually.
on
I'm
top
working
of
on
the
the
burning
Cato
incense.
class.
We put our hands together.
Thanks, Kevin.
I'm not a great job. That was a wonderful great history.
You heard part of that yesterday.
Yeah. It's great to hear the context of all that, but then I can relate to, like for us, like you and other ministers have been
Step out
there.
there.
I was like, that's all puts together.
Basically, I give my reverence to the gratitude for the teacher.
Thank you very much.
So the incense serves also as a reminder of everything stays the same. So we put the solid incense on top of the rain. It changes from solid to a dark. So it just reminds us that nothing ever stays the same.
お手持ちのお経本で重生下のページをお開きいただいてご一緒にお勤めいただければと思います。その後来三門三景門というところですね、のページを開いていただいて一緒に、文章を読んでいただければと思います。その後に、私の方からお話をさせていただくという流れとなっています。では、まず最初に重生下のお勤めをご一緒に、お勤めさせていただければと思います。ご一緒に合唱お念仏申しましょう。ナマンダー仏ナンマンダー仏ナンマンダー仏ナンマンダー。大杯頭を下げてください。お直りください。
Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. Unfortunately, we will be unable to view Mikame Sensei's Dharma message. But once we get it cleared up, we'll try to present her Hoa, not next week, but the following week. Next week is our Coast District Conference, and so no services will be conducted here. But the following week, we'll return to our usual schedule, and at that time, we'll have Mikame Sensei's Hoa presented. Well, thank you very much for your patience. This will conclude today's services. You will please join in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much, everyone, and sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah.